First guests are two of our favorite members of our Hallmark family, and they're starring in the new Hallmark Original Movie, Love and Design, premiering tomorrow night. Please welcome back my friend and ex-co-star, by the way, Danica McKellar, and my friend, Andrew Walker. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
And neighbor, exactly right. That's right. We both come from Canada in the same suburb.
Same neighbor, yeah.
This film looks fantastic. I got to say, it's pretty cool because it's sort of a show within a show. Obviously, you guys have a TV show in this film. Now, Danica, you play Hannah, who's the host of the television show.
I'm a host of a home renovation show.
Of a home renovation show.
Yes, I love those kinds of. Yeah, I love those kind of shows. Don't you love those?
Oh, it's amazing. No, and she was the best. Like, you couldn't think of anybody better to play this role too, because you had like the amount of lines and work that she took on for this, and
a lot of big monologues.
The two different personalities.
And but there would be like the two cameras. It was so much fun though.
2 actions, 2 cuts, you know, on every take.
Which had to have been confusing. We're going to get into that in a second. But tell me a little bit about your character. You play Jeff, and how you two kind of like butted heads a little bit.
Well, we're high school sweethearts.
Okay.
And then we've been separated, or we broke up like a few years before the movie starts, and so we end up working together again. So my show that I'm the host of goes back to my hometown, and I have to renovate into this old B&B. It's a historic landmark. This guy is the architect for the preservation committee, and he doesn't want it to change.
And I had just come to town. I always say these movies are like, you know, you fall in love when you least expect it. Like that's what a lot of these, but really it is. Like the timing was perfect in this, where she's coming back from the city to, you know, to host this, you know, a TV show to renovate this
the manor.
manor.
That we used to like be together. Like we used to hang out at the manor when we were teenagers, and now it's back.
Kind of establish that history between the characters, so people
But we don't agree on anything. So he wants everything traditional. I want everything modern. And so it's really fun. We get to have that sort of that banter, that like moonlighting type.
And maybe that's why you guys broke up to begin with.
Maybe that's why we broke up to begin with.
Well, we've since evolved a bit.
We have a clip of the movie where Jeff and Hannah step outside for a moment in the middle of their renovations, and this is the first time that we see the sparks begin to fly.
Ah, yes.
The sparks.
I think it's perfect. Almost perfect.
What are you doing?
You'll see.
Wake you gently every day.
Are you kidding me?
My heart has never felt this way. The world is now a better place.
It's our song.
You love me through the highs and lows. It's just something you know. I feel your heartbeat, baby.
Pretty nice addition.
Something surreal, that look in your eyes. Just something you feel. I give my life now, baby, for you and me. Our love will grow.
That was so sweet. Oh, interrupted kiss.
I know.
And I was just getting teary-eyed again. That song is just something you know by the band called Shockley and Fields, and it was specifically written for this movie.
That's so sweet.
It was
How fortunate are we? It's a beautiful song.
Yeah, and I know, Andrew, you thought the music was just an integral part of this movie, wasn't it?
Huge part of this movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and
it just so happens that
too like loves the music, right? I always playing
going
records and
going
stuff.
through records and
And the mixtape.
That's it, the mixtape. I made her a mixtape when we were a little younger, and
I also want to mention we were dancing under a pergola. Do you know?
Yeah.
My character talks about pergolas a lot in this movie. It became a thing, like where we'd shoot a scene and instead of at the end like cut, we'd be like pergola and pergola.
Did you know what a pergola was before the movie?
You know, barely. Like I'd heard of it, and I kind of knew what it was. I actually have one at my house and didn't.
But you didn't know it was called a pergola?
Well, we were debating. It's like pergola.
Right.
Pergola.
Pergola.
When you first saw it in the script, you're like, wait a minute, how does this play in the script?
Gondola?
Yeah.
It's funny the things that you take out. Now,
I know.
You talk about them calling cut in the middle of the scene and saying pergola, but there was a little bit of confusion because it was a television show within a movie.
Right.
There was a fake crew,
We had an entire crew that wasn't real. So we had a director and producers, and we had a video village where they stand back and watch the monitors.
how confusing.
Yeah, you can see right there. So this is one of our fake cameras, of course. But it was hard for me to know, like, wait, which camera, because they looked so real. I didn't know which camera camera I was supposed to look at, which camera was like the real and the fake, and then you hear cut, but that wasn't really cut. That was like within the scene, so you had to keep acting. I'm like, wait, no, I have lines after this.
But did you cut accidentally?
Sometimes.
Yeah,
and then
sometimes
one
we did.
time, the guy doing, saying, okay, take 5, and with a clapper, I thought that was fake, and it was real.
5 takes in this? We just did one.
Where was
I
I?
was like, what's going on? It was really funny.
Oh, that's funny. Listen, there's no confusion when it comes to your own home design. Anyone who knows anything about Danica knows that you're on top of everything.
Well, I
You're
tried to be. I don't know.
When it comes to math,
Where did I get
when it
this?
comes
Well,
to
math,
words,
yes.
when it comes to, you really are. You're
thank you.
very good. And when it comes to home design, it's no different. You like the functionality of rooms.
Yes, right. So we've got this gorgeous living room, but I always encourage playtime in there. You know, like when I grew up, I had a living room that was really beautiful, but we weren't allowed to play in it. I was like, you know what? And then this is going to be, there's the Magna tiles, my son, and building
Alexandra
stuff.
loves those.
Aren't they great?
I'm
so
obsessed with them.
I'm just always encouraging, bring your toys in there. We don't store the toys in there, okay? But we do bring them in there and
to
play.
play.
Yeah,
Be
this is when
functional
you use your house.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. You want to be able to
Yeah.
use
Oh,
it.
that's
no,
my
that's
library. I'm in the library, and if you look closer, you can see I've got a bunch of my books in there.
I mean,
if you didn't, I would be surprised.
It's like a fantasy of mine from when I was little to have books. Like I have like a row of just my book. I'm like, I just sort of run my fingers across.
Your
them.
favorite
Run
room
your
in the house?
fingers
Sometimes you just sit in the library amongst your books.
Well, it represents like 12 years of work now.
Right.
You know? So I just
You've
sit
done
there,
great
and I like when people write me letters, like at book signings, people like handwrite me notes. I think it was on there too. I save them all in that room too.
Lovely. That's really
like
nice.
kids saying, "I totally understand math because of you. Thank you so much. You changed my life." I keep that stuff in
That's
that room.
super important to do that.
It is. And speaking of your books, I mean, I know your favorite room in your house is your son's room.
Little West.
And he loves to read.
Loves to
and
read.
No surprise that he's a big fan of somebody
It
sitting
was
right
a
here.
dream of mine to have a bunch of books of Danica McKellar in my library as well. So now I have them, and I touch
Oh my
them,
gosh,
and I
stop
rub
it.
them. And
Oh, that's bath time, math time.
Bath time. West and I are
Oh,
reading.
Alexandra loves that one too.
And I just feel there's a smell to his room, and it's just there's something about being in your kid's room. And I've put him down for nap time, and I'd sit down in the rocking chair there and just meditate for like 20 minutes, and just like it's so relaxing. And
That helps
I'm
him
with
too,
you.
creating that energy in his
yeah, creating that energy.
I couldn't agree more. It's my daughter's room is my favorite room in the house too. It sort of smells like Play-Doh, and I love it. It brings me back to just being a kid, and I feel most serene there.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Danica's character may be the design whiz on the show, but you're pretty good at design yourself.
I'll
And
say-
speaking of Little West, you just
Yes.
recently redesigned and sort of relaunched your juice company.
Yes,
And you
yeah.
named it after West.
Named after West, and I designed our store
there
when
is.
I was working. There's our front entrance there. Designed the store when we were working on Love and Design.
Okay, so I take full credit then for the modern sensibility.
For the modern
I was just going to
sensibility.
say,
Yeah.
that looks like a little bit of Hannah's design.
It totally is.
I love like tradition. I love the older 1970s style pendant bulbs. So I've growing up in Montreal and the East Coast, going to New York and stuff. I love those pendants.
Yeah, me too.
But we wanted something a little California flavor to that. So we had the
got great
banana
style.
leaf
What's-
wallpaper.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
you got that
And
And a lot of
tropical thing.
Thank you. A lot of
Yeah.
the retail wall is a bunch of our favorite things. We have a friend of ours, dishes that she makes for kids that we're selling there. We have sunscreen for kids.
Right.
And then we
And
have
really
the
cool
juices
towels.
and towels and
Well, get it at math books for that
candles
now.
and
Oh,
math books. Exactly.
Danica's
Put the math
math
books in there.
books.
There you go.
While you should have been memorizing your lines in the movie, you were designing that beautiful stuff. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how you got the time. He's that good.
That's why
He's
Danica knew
that
my lines
good.
as well.
And when you see the
Line,
film,
line.
you will recognize that they are both this good. Thank you so much for being in. It's always
Thank
great
you,
to see you
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
We're
Thank you,
excited to
guys.
live tweet with everyone. We're going to be live
Okay.
tweeting
On Saturday?
the premiere on
Saturday.
Saturday at
Okay.
9, 8 Central, and we'll both be live tweeting.
Yes, we will
And
be.
anytime you hear us say Love and Design, because that's the name of the show within the show as well, like definitely tweet us, #Love and Design. Also, pergola. If you hear somebody say pergola,
you have
I
to
would
get that in.
#pergola. I
have to.
want it in all caps. Pergola.
So Uber to your Love and Design party. Uber
Right.
or taxi.
There's going to be a massive hit on Google, like Googling,
pergola. Why
what is a
Why
pergola?
pergola is trending.
I'm going to be reading your book, drinking your juice,
You know.
live tweeting, and watching the movie.